Race 1 of the weekend in Fanatec GT World Challenge Europe, powered by AWS Sprint Cup, is about to get underway. The lights go green. It's a bit messy in the mid-pack, but it's blast off, and it's Pepper that leads then. Jordan Pepper puts himself ahead of Ricardo Feller as they dive down towards turn 1. Then Verviche and Marshall go toe-to-toe. 1 or 2 run very, very wide at turn 1, but a good getaway by Pepper.
Yes, it well. I thought Ricardo Feller might have tried to get around the outside. He was on the cleaner part of the track going into turn 1, but I think it was an excellent start from Jordan Pepper to consolidate his pole position. And look, all behind him, it's a traffic jam all the way through the exit of 1 into turn 2, and then all the way down this long, sort of almost curve of what they call the back straight down into the hairpin bend, where the first big overtake opportunity in reality is going to look at Feller trying to line up Jordan Pepper, but realizes, and rightly too, no opportunity.
So out of the hairpin with the new tarmac lane is their contact. It's getting very dusty. Yes, there is. There's a spin and drama. 1 off, 2 off. We've got a Lamborghini that's gone round and trying to rejoin and force the pack out of his way. That was all a bit leery. The other car that went around was 25 by the look of it, the Erwin Bastar Patrick Niederhauser Audi, and I would suggest that the Lamborghini that we saw spin was the either Baptiste Moulin or Rolf Ineiken entry. We'll check at the end of the lap, but drama up at the hairpin. There's drama up at the hairpin. That looks like Palet's gone around as well. More mayhem and debris all over the road.
Yeah, the Hexus Porsche likewise has gone around, and bodywork and damage to the right rear of the Mercedes. So that, well, certainly will be a full course yellow, I suspect, to get that car removed. And that inevitably leads to David, you know what?
Safety cars lead safety cars, don't they? They breed them, and we've also got Sebastian Bode's Mercedes into the pits. That's picked up damage. So the hairpin 2 laps in a row has been a pinch point. Now, up front, Jordan Pepper, Ricardo Feller lead the way. The Porsche there, 55, is Christopher Zirkling. But the race leaders are almost nose to tail. That is the leader. That is Jordan Pepper. The start is under investigation. And he's under attack as well. Ricardo Feller going with him then. It's Lamborghini versus Audi. 2 laps in the book now.
And Feller looks as if he's got the pace, but has he got enough of it to get round the Lamborghini? Both are setting sector times, purple sector times, one in sector 1, the other in sector 2. So this duo are making a sort of a mini break from Fred Verviche in 3rd place. He's got clear air back to Lucas Legere in 4th position.
Now, Valentino Rossi is up to 24th. Safety car deployed. Safety car is called, and straight away the driver's backing off. Coming up out of turn 4, punctured tyre, stricken car, debris on the road. Jim Plough's race is done. Safety car is deployed.
The 25 has turned round, the Lamborghini likewise. This is the opening lap. The Lamborghini just sticks it back in gear and doesn't give a you know what about anybody else coming, just turns the car and drives on.
And that was the 2nd lap, where Plough got turned around and Stephen Palat went around as well. Tibor Boguslavski, championship leader down the pit lane. So in he comes, 88 down the pit road. Now, this is not good news.
No, it is not. We don't know what the reason is.
We are back racing here at Hockenheim. Lamborghini, Audi, BMW as they go across the line.
And Ricardo Feller is determined not to let the Lamborghini get ahead. He stuck to him all the way through up until we had that safety car deployment. Look at the squabbling going on coming up into turn 2. Very aggressive defense from the 27, and well, denies the following Audi the opportunity to get past, but that's going to be a pass surely coming down. That's Christopher Mies defending against Gilles Magnus. Goes to the inside, but that's going to be the wrong part of the racetrack when you get down to the hairpin, unless he can get a nose ahead of Christopher Mies, which he's done. Well done, Gilles Magnus, but Mies will always be late in the brakes. Can he get the position back? He knows this track intimately. Watch for the switch back from Magnus as he comes out of the hairpin. Christopher Mies, there's an object lesson. That's what race experience is all about.
And that is a rather damaged Ferrari for Andrea Bertolini, and that's not something you see very often. So Bertolini has had a big whack with a wall somewhere. Yeah. Let's have a look then. There's a spinning Lamborghini, and as others try and avoid, I think Bertolini ended up taking evasive action. That's the Honda going off.
Yeah.
So he's into the wall.
Oh, he hit a big time.
Safety car for the pit lane. We've got 3 minutes effectively before the pit window opens, and Ricardo Feller knows this is his chance to get the lead before the pit stops, but he can't do it until he gets to the timing line.
Absolutely not. But he has done for the 2nd time after safety car deployment the right job. He's kept himself right under the rear wing of Jordan Pepper in the Lamborghini, and once again Fred Verviche trying to do the same thing, but the pace of the 2 lead cars previously has been enough to draw them away from the rest of the field. Down into turn 2, And a line of cars diving down the inside. One of the McLaren's, JP Motorsports, gets up alongside, takes the position away relatively easy from Jordan Love. So that was Christian Clean in the 111. McLaren up from 13th into 12th.
So they wriggle their way out of turns 2 and 3, and then the speed builds all the way through the Parabonica, 260 kilometres an hour, and then a hard brake to 60 kilometres an hour into the hairpin. Dive up the inside. That was Vervish hanging on to third place. Dennis Marchand on the outside line. Couldn't make it stick, but goes for the inside line down towards 7. The Audi's almost toe-to-toe. Dennis Marchand leans and rubs, and he's got the inside line, and he goes through. Vervish gets hung out to dry.
That could have been trouble at nil, but both drivers did a good job. Magnus having to defend. Look at this side-by-side into turn 1.
To the outside line on the grass and all is Ricardo Feller, and he does it, goes right round the outside of Jordan Pepper. They're both off the road, they're back on, but we've got a new leader. Feller takes over the lead, and you're right, Wirtz is in the pits, and so also is Cruton.
That was courage of a magnitude you don't see very often.
So on board now with Jordan Pepper. He was the chased, he's now the chaser. Jean-Baptiste Simonard is into the pit lane, getting very, very busy very early. Really the first couple of opportunities, people cycling through.
Former race leader gets underway.
Here are the leading Audis. Down they come towards the Spitzkehrer, and it's under a second now because, again, 2/10 pulled back in the first sector alone by Drudy.
Yeah, I mean, this car, both Feller and Drudy have done an excellent job, as they've done for me throughout the entire season. But again, a challenge potentially to turn 8 because you go down the inside, slides it down, easy peasy, and that was maybe a little bit too easy. I don't think Matteo Drudy's going to agree, but that was not much of a defence from Bart in the lead Audi. Vermeulen getting, very defensive and very aggressive, and from both drivers, contact between the Ferrari and the Lamborghini. Frank Pereira, and is that damage to the Ferrari? I think it is. I think the Ferrari certainly it looked like it was much slower coming off turn 5 than on previous occasions.
So this is what's being looked at for number 40 Audi. Coming out of turn 17, off the road, gets squeezed in fairness, but he's back on there to be alongside, so that was just hard racing, wasn't it?
In my view, that was hard but fair.
There is Vermeulen, who's got himself back with Pereira for 4th place now.
Yeah, the car looks very scrappy around the right front. He's got past easily. There's a problem with the Lamborghini.
There must be.
Yeah, it looks like a rear tyre has got cut down.
Yeah, you're right.
That left rear looks like it's smoking. It is. It's off the rim virtually. What a disappointment. What a great effort indeed by VSR Racing. And to end up in this situation with a cut down left rear wheel tyre and nothing at all that Frank Pereira is able to do but limp back to the pit. Oh, side by side! Will body rubs be a part of this final run into the final, the hairpin bend? And again, Van Thor has got the inside line. While it's not necessarily the quickest on contact again between the Ferrari and the BMW, so very aggressive young Vermeulen, isn't he?
Should he have backed out of that sooner and tried to get the undercut like he had to think about here? Van Thor doing a good job of defending, but Vermeulen braved it out on the outside.
But Van Thor is backing off, deliberately trying to slow down Vermeulen, force him to come off the throttle, so that when Van Thor gets back on the throttle, Vermeulen will be off the throttle. That's the tactic I think that we're seeing from Dries Van Thor to defend. Look at the way the BM slides as it comes into the stadium.
One corner to go. Mathieu Drudy is on target to win race 1 of the weekend in Fanatec GT World Challenge Europe, powered by AWS Sprint Cup. Mathieu Drudy, Ricardo Feller win at Hockenheim. Nicholas Barton, Fred Vervish second, and Vermeulen dives out the inside of the last corner to go third. Fantastic, the Ferrari has done it. Vermeulen goes through, and he's had to work hard for that.
Absolutely, and what a courageous and opportunistic move by Thierry Vermeulen to make that move and catch Dries Van Thor. And look, you can see the response and reaction from the faces in the WRT team. They hadn't anticipated that. They thought their driver had done sufficient to consolidate a podium position. Vermeulen saw the opportunity, stuck the Ferrari on the high ground and got through.
So let's just confirm the way that they finished in the first of the 2 races of the weekend. Ricardo Feller and Mathieu Drudy ahead of Fred Vervish and Nicholas Bart, Albert Costa and Thierry Vermeulen coming through for 3rd. 4th, Charles Wirtz and Dries Van Thor ahead of Nicholas Cruton and Callum Williams, the winning gold. And 6th, Adam Ateki and Cesar Gazo. Lucas Legere 7th with Christopher Hauser. 8th, Valentino Rossi and Maxime Martin, ahead of Adrian Delina and Christian Engelhardt. Top 10 rounded out by Aurelian Panis and Alberto Di Folco. Trophies in the air, two very happy drivers. Not only the win, but also the points. And with championship leaders Raffaele Marciello and Timo Bogusławski not even getting through the first 10 laps, that deals them a big blow in the championship and helps these two with the win markedly. It's going to be really interesting to see what that does going into tomorrow's race.